meeting to order. Roll call.
Chairman Kelly.
Present.
Legislator Quackenbush.
Present.
Legislator Dynan.
Present.
Legislator Whites.
Here.
Legislator Beniak.
Here.
Legislator Duchesny. Legislator Wheeler.
Here.
Legislator Isabel.
Here.
Legislator Patel.
Present.
And now, salute to the flag, and afterwards, a moment of silence.
Yeah, Chair, if I could, if we could, during a moment of silence, remember a longtime county employee who passed away a few weeks ago, Dick Wilder. Dick ended up being a foreman with the Department of Public Works when he retired. Moreover, during the Korean War conflict, he was with the Hell on Wheels platoon. And also tonight, if we could keep Chairman Kelly in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
And Doug, will you lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moving right along, public comment and presentation. Is there any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move right along into a presentation by Pat Clear, Montgomery County Water Quality Committee.
Thank you. I'm Patrick Clear, I'm the chairman of the Montgomery County Water Quality Coordinating Committee. Thank you for making time on your agenda for our annual report tonight. This year's committee members were the Sonoma Water Conservation District, the Natural Resource Conservation Service, the USDA Farm Service Agency, New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, ECOS, the Environmental Clearinghouse, the Schoharie River Center, and members of the community. As usual, we sponsored the annual water quality taste test for Montgomery County, this year won by St. Johnsville. This year we also purchased a water bottle filling station with a digital counter as part of a pilot program in the school districts to promote education and awareness on water resources. Our first bottle filling station was installed at Fonda Oldville High School, and we will be expanding that program in other school districts this year and next year. We participated in the environmental field days, providing water education programs to fifth grade students. We co-sponsored the Day Along the River Canoe and Kayak outing with the Friends of Schoharie Crossing. A photo of that event was taken by Haldor Sigerson and won first place in the Erie County Photo Contest, Fun and Festivities category. And is featured as the May photo in their annual calendar. We also conducted a week of volunteer training as the New York State Water Monitor training for citizen volunteers in the community. We held a training day along the Chuctanunda Creek in Amsterdam. We provided the county's water quality exhibit at Fonda Fair, Canal Days, and Sunday on the Farm. And we continue to maintain our Facebook page on the water quality issues in Montgomery County. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right. Moving right along, we have a couple of proclamations this evening. The first one is for CASA, and I'd ask Linda Burns to come forward.
I come very yes.
Is it under $75?
I think so, yes.
Thank you. So, whereas all children deserve to have a safe, stable, nurturing, and healthy home, and are vital to our community's future success, prosperity, and quality life. And whereas a majority of citizens report that child abuse is a very important moral issue to them, and preventing child abuse depends on community involvement and is the community's responsibility. And whereas child abuse and neglect not only directly harms children, but also increases the likelihood of substance abuse, continued family violence, and criminal behavior. And whereas the majority of child abuse cases stem from situations and conditions that are preventable in an engaged and supportive community, and child abuse can be reduced by family support to help raise children in a safe, nurturing environment. And whereas effective child child abuse prevention programs succeed because of the partnership created among citizens, social service agencies, school, faith communities, civic organizations, law enforcement agencies, and the business community. Now therefore, be it resolved, the County Executive Matthew L. Ossenfort and Legislative Chairman Martin P. Kelly, on behalf of the Montgomery County Legislature, hereby proclaim April 2015 as Child Abuse Prevention Month and call upon its citizens, community agencies, faith groups, medical facilities, and businesses to increase their participation in the efforts to support family, thereby preventing child abuse and strengthening the community in which we live in.
They are less than $75, so we're okay. I'm Linda Burns. I'm the director of the Court-Appointed Special Advocates Program of Fulton and Montgomery County. And for 14 years, I've had volunteers who have advocated for our abused and neglected children within our counties. Not an easy job. I wish we could actually end the program because child abuse would no longer be happening. And the sad part is most of it can be prevented. Not all, but a large portion. Of my cases, I would say 90% the parents have an addiction of some kind or other. The other 10%, they simply lack the skills for whatever reason. It may be that way they were parented. It could be that they lack the faculties, I should say, to parent. The class of volunteers right there with these families and these children. We do home visits. We advocate at the schools. We work with doctors. We try to make these children have a quality to their life that they may not have. And we have had some success stories. I'm going to make it quick, but I just have to share this one because it's so great. The boy was 16. He was one of 4 children. Failing in school. He was living with his grandparents. So I assigned a little Italian grandma. Anybody here Italian? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what she said to him, but every visit, his grades improved, he graduated, and he was accepted at a college. I mean, that is wonderful, and I wonder, and I can't claim full credit, but it certainly didn't hurt that he had this little Italian grandmother there, basically encouraging him in her own way to succeed. And that's really what our program does. We work right down in the trenches with these kids. And with that, I want to say thank you so much. And I have, we are having, every April is Prevent Child Abuse Awareness Month, and our program, of course, embraces that. We also hold an event to focus on healthy, happy children. So this year we're having a parade of pinwheels to celebrate our children. It's April 25th. We start in at the Amsterdam, used to be the Holiday Inn. I'm not sure what it is now. And we end up at Central Civico. We're going to have food for the kids, crafts, games. We have music. It's just going to be a fun day for the whole family. And I would encourage you to come. I'm going to pass out our flyer. And pinwheels happen to be the symbol of Prevent Child Abuse. And they represent the innocence of childhood. And all our children should have the privilege of having an innocent childhood. Thank you so much. You pass these, I'll pass these. We'll be quick.
Thank you very much. And next we have another proclamation for Doug, who's been our faithful accounting attorney for many years. Whereas Douglas E. Landon has provided more than 2 decades of devoted, proficient, and accomplished-laden experience to serve Montgomery County, and whereas Mr. Landon has served the county in numerous roles, including supervisor of the First Ward of the City of Amsterdam from 1994 to 97, serving as vice chairman of the County Board of Supervisors from 95 to 97, and most recently serving more than 18 years as county attorney since being appointed to the position on January 6, 1998. Oof. And whereas Mr. Landon also represented various municipalities in Montgomery County, working as trustee for the village of Fort Johnson and attorney for the villages of Fort Johnson, Hagaman, and Ames in the town of Canajoharie. And whereas Mr. Landon is truly a community-minded individual who has made a lasting contribution to Montgomery County and the surrounding municipalities, and who is also president of Amsterdam's Irish American Club. Happy belated St. Patty's Day, my friend. And currently serves on the board of the Amsterdam Industrial Development Agency. And now, therefore, be it resolved, the County Executive Matthew L. Elsenfort and Legislature Chairman Martin P. Kelly, on behalf of the Montgomery County Legislature, hereby proclaim Tuesday, March 24th, 2015, as an official date in Montgomery County to most gratefully recognize and show appreciation for and wholeheartedly thank Douglas E. Landon for more than 22 years of dedicated service to Montgomery County.
Well, thank you very much. All I'll say is that when I started this position as county attorney, I never would have imagined that I would have been here for my 18th year, so it has been a while.
It's almost as old as I am.
Yes, that's true.
And the last proclamation, Barb has asked to read.
And I get to give this to Richard Baya. If you could come up, please. Thank you.
Stand on a chair next to you.
Don't stand on this one, the wheel's broken.
Okay. It is my honor to present Montgomery County Executive Proclamation, whereas Richard E. Baya has offered more than 3 decades of devoted, proficient, and accomplished-laden experience in service to Montgomery County, and whereas following high school, Mr. Baya served his country for 4 years in the United States Air Force, stationed in Vietnam near the Ho Chi Minh Trail, then in Vietnam during the Vietnam War. Also served as a trumpet player in the Air Force Band. And whereas Mr. Baya completed his bachelor's degree in business through Empire State College, was employed by Union College from 1984 to 1990 in the position of Assistant Director of Food Service and later Ombudsman, and was employed by Mahasco Industries, Softco, Inc., and New York State Department of State. And whereas Mr. Baya was a devoted husband, is a devoted husband of nearly 43 years to his wife Linda, a loving father to his 2 daughters Christine and Patricia, 4 grandchildren Aaron, Pedro, Caitlin, and Kevin, who was known for his commitment and compassion and a caring attitude towards all his friends and family. And whereas Mr. Baya has served the county in various roles, including supervisor of the 5th Ward of the City of Amsterdam from 1984 to 89, as Director of Finance and Administration for the Montgomery, Oswego, Schoharie, and Solid Waste Authority, MOSA, from 1990 to 91, and per resolution number 49 of 1991, was unanimously approved as Montgomery County Personnel Officer, where he has served honorably for the past 25 years, consistently acting in a tireless advocate for all county employees and retirees. Now, therefore, be it resolved, County Executive Matthew L. Osifort and Legislative Deputy Chairperson Barbara S. Wheeler, on behalf of the Montgomery County Legislature, therefore proclaim Tuesday, March 17, 2015, as an official date in Montgomery County to most gratefully recognize, show appreciation for, and wholeheartedly thank Richard E. Bea for 31 years of dedicated service to Montgomery County. Thank you.
I've been coming to this board for 31 years watching people get a proclamation. So I said, what do I say? Like Doug, he talked real fast, he was done. But going back what Cheryl Reese always told me, would you say, what's your famous saying?
They come, they go, some
Right.
come back, some never.
All right. So as you know, or aware, hopefully, Montgomery County Personnel Officer does civil service for 10 towns, 10 villages, the county, MOSA, FMCC, and 4 school districts. So that means in the last 31 years, for me being here, I had to do some homework this afternoon. I worked with 5 county administrators and 1 county executive, 2 deputy county administrators, 5 college presidents, 98 department heads, over 40 mayors, 75 elected county supervisors and legislators, 75. Out of the 75, 32 were chairmen. Out of the 32, 19 actually were chairmen. There were some duplicates. Ron Brown 5 times, Brackenbush 2 times, 3 times, McMahon twice. So there's some duplication, but there was 19. The other thing was I worked 535 Saturdays, giving over 700 exams, which comes up to over 7,000 jobs that we gave out from Montgomery County to people to get a job in Montgomery County. And the last thing I want to say is, on an easy note, we've had 15 golf tournaments in Montgomery County at one time. And those 15 golf tournaments, we raised enough money to give 1 portion of the money to Catholic Family Services for the food bank. We've bought 10 tons of food. And the other money we gave to 701 to feed Christmas dinner, over 10,000 people we fed in those 15 golf tournaments. So I had a really rich environment here in Montgomery County. Just like Doug, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I'm leaving. So.
Moving along, is there any communication from the legislature?
I've given you guys a bunch of stuff on your desk. There's one packet that has the 2015 resolutions that were adopted by NISAC. Ryan, how many of those did you vote on?
I think 4.
There's some interesting
All right, moving right along. I'll look for a motion to amend the agenda. Tom? Barb? And that is to add a resolution authorizing change order number 1 to Squago Creek siphon repairs, contract number 1, general construction, Montgomery County Sanitary Sewer District 1. Discussion.
Put it on the agenda.
To put it on the agenda? To amend the agenda? Yep.
I'm in favor.
Aye.
the minutes of previous meetings. I'll look for Bart.
Second.
Tom. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? You want me to go down individually? All right, good. Next is acceptance of budgetary transfers.
Motion?
Second.
All right. Discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, all right. Next is acceptance of the aggregate budgetary acceptance of the procurement record. Joe?
Motion.
Terry? Discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, okay. No old business, moving right along. First is a resolution authorizing the chairman to sign the three-county agreement to reconfigure the membership of the Fulton, Montgomery, and Schoharie Workforce Development Board, Inc. under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act of 2014, sponsored by Beaniac and Quackenbush. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution authorizing the county executive to sign grant agreement Housing Community Renewal CDBG Program Amsterdam Printing and Litho, Beaniac and Quackenbush. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution resolution amending the 2015 operating budget, carryover grant funds, public defender, sponsored by Patel and Beaniac. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution amending the 2015 operating budget deputy position for security at the Department of Social Services, sponsored by Wheeler and Isabel. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution amending the 2015 operating budget jail improvements, sponsored by Isabel and Beaniac. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution endorsing the concept of allowing Hamilton County to connect into Fulton and Montgomery County's E911 phone system, sponsored by Wheeler and Patel. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next, I'm sorry, am I going too fast? Okay. Next is a resolution amending the 2015 operating budget, vacant position title change, Department of Social Services, sponsored by Wheeler and Isabel. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution authorizing, a resolution amending the 2015 operating budget phone systems, Department of Social Services, sponsored by Beaniac and Wheeler. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution authorizing the county executive to sign agreement construction management services for public safety facility addition, sponsored by Quackenbush and Wheeler. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution authorizing county executive to sign agreement ESEA.
That one's USA. It's a typo, sorry.
Okay. Engineering services for 2015 bridge program, sponsored by Quackenbush and Patel. And we're okay with that typo, just read it. All right. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution establishing the position of probation officer trainee, sponsored by Wheeler and Whites. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution to hire temporary part-time principal account clerk typist, sponsored by Wheeler and Quackenbush. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain, opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution adopting introductory local law B of 2015, a local law of the County of Montgomery County, New York, allowing for common safe items to be excluded from the dangerous fireworks definition as permitted by New York State Penal Law Section 405B, Office of the Legislature, sponsored by Wheeler and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution correcting the 2015 town and county tax rolls, various parcels, sponsored by Quackenbush and Pertel. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Motion carried. Next is a resolution appointing member to the audit committee, sponsored by Kelly and Quackenbush. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution amending a resolution approving the abstract of audit claims, Kelly and Wheeler. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution confirming, a resolution amending the 2015 operating budget sanitary sewer District 1, Kelly and Quackenbush. Discussion?
Great amount in there. Oh, no, that's the first one. That's the one that's on the agenda?
Yep.
So I guess we'll go back.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is a resolution confirming appointment of county attorney made by county executive, sponsored by Quackenbush and Kelly. Discussion.
Chair, I would ask the colleagues for full board support for both this resolution and the next resolution of those members present.
I agree.
Full board?
Board.
And resolution confirming the appointment of personnel officer made by county executive.
Ditto on the next.
Full board?
Ditto.
All right.
Congratulations.
They
Next.
don't want to give a speech yet. They got to go 25 years or so.
Next resolution is the add-on resolution. Resolution authorizing change order number 1 to Oswego Creek siphon repairs, contract number 1, general construction. I'll look for a sponsor.
Sponsored?
All right. Discussion.
This was, this was, as you know, Martin and Roy, part of the damage that was done during the flooding and the repair work that needs to be done. The project didn't get started on time because of the weather, which caused for more work to have to be done, and there was needed concrete, I believe, an extra 4-foot swath of concrete. All been approved. FEMA has said, given the green light on it, so that's going to be a reimbursement for us.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Carried. All right, is there anything else to come before? Tom?
I know Rich left, but I just want to say on behalf of myself, former supervisors, I'm sure feel the same way about Doug and Rich and all their, I know Doug didn't want speeches tonight, but I want to personally thank you, Doug, for everything. You've been an asset to this county for many, many years, as has Rich. And I just want to make that public statement. I wish you well. And I certainly appreciate all the conversations we have and all the you've had over the years and all the enlightenment. You've been not just a good colleague, but a friend. And I'll miss you and Rich. Appreciate the years.
Anything else?
I want to second that, and because I know that Doug doesn't like speeches, I'll motion to adjourn.
Is there? All right. Bob?